All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. We have a special deck profile today.
Yes,
first of
very
all,
special.
first of all, this is Paulie. Say hi,
What's
Paulie.
up?
Paulie, what are we doing deck profile of today?
Videl.
Videl. You guys wanted to see some Videl, so we're gonna show you some Videl. This is a
Set
nice
14 Videl.
set 14 Videl. This is a nice fun deck that he's been killing at locals. So yeah, we're not too happy, but he's happy. So
Very happy.
yeah. All right, talk to us about this deck. What do you got working on? What do you got going on over here?
Videl, old leader, green leader, so you get points for playing it. Auto, attack, draw a card. And it has a once per turn auto that when you combo a skillless, doesn't matter what type of skillless it is, as long as it's a skillless, you get to draw a card and then take up to 1 life. If it's your opponent's turn, you can Spirit Boost and then play a 1-drop. Can only be a 1-drop. Awaken, 4 or less, turn it over.
Is it draw one, untap one?
On tap 1, draw 1. Very original. Backside, swing, draw a card. But now you could rest a Unison, gain its power, and then she still has the ability to combo a skillless to draw a card. And now on the backside, it also gains plus 4K. That's really more just for. It's really more just for offense, but you really do it more for defense. So say they swing at your cooler for 20, for 25, and then you combo 1 skillless. You get to cycle a card, and then it gains plus 4, so it goes up to 29. So that seems to be more of the benefit of doing it, because your Unison will never stay on the field. For some reason, they hate the Unisons, all right? 1-drop Unison that doesn't attack, but it's pretty good. It lets you draw a card, so I guess we'll just go straight into it. If I didn't say it already, she's only a 5K on the front and a 10K on the back, so watch out when she flips over. But on your opponent's turn, you could Spirit Boost on your turn or your opponent's turn now and play the 1-drop. It gains plus 5 now, so now they're actually aggressive. That used to be relevant, but now everyone's playing 20K leaders, so 15K spam is really not the way to go anymore.
Or bean. They just run beam.
Or bean.
So let's go over the unisons first.
Let's just go over the Unison. We play 4 of the Great Saiyan Man. No, it is not SPR. I do not like the SPR Unisons from this set. I always thought they were stupid looking. This one's got electricity and stuff, so it's pretty cool. Auto once per turn, plus 1. You get to draw a card pretty much. You search your deck for a 1-drop Unison, a 1-drop skillless. Bomb abilities on defense. When your opponent attacks this card, you can combo a skillless. So it's like they assume the leaders are still going to be 10K, but everyone awakens on turn 1. Pretty much turn 2, so you're essentially getting a free cycle off of them attacking the Unison, and then you could play it. So a lot of the times you'll play this turn 1, you'll draw a card, he'll be at 2 markers, they'll swing at it with leader, and then if they really want to kill it, which they will because they're going to play a 1-drop to get their cycle and then try to get their Z energy for their turn 2 to awaken, they're going to kill it, so then you have to make a decision whether or not you're going to Spirit Boost and get an attacker on the field for next turn, or just take the damage and then go into your next turn, draw another card, and then pretty much just do that until it dies.
I mean, it's a 1-cost unison. It's not the worst if you tap one to replace, play another one.
It doesn't hurt that much, but it does. Green is very energy hungry. It does not like to spend energy on anything. Which is when we get to the negates, you'll hear me complain about Green's negates. We play this Pan Unison. I know you guys are saying you're playing 7 Unisons. You have to play Unisons, especially with the new Mulligan rule. Bandai, if you're listening, please change the Mulligan rule back. I don't know who told you to put that. That was one of the best things about Dragon Ball, was that Mulligan rule. If you watch the gameplay, what was it, the Bardock gameplay you put up?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
You'll see that I just kept drawing Unisons.
It was the freaking, what did you
It was
play?
me
You played
against Justin.
Prismatic.
Oh,
yeah.
Prismatic Bar.
Yeah.
So you'll see that I just kept drawing the Unisons, which sucks. But you really need to see him turn 1. There's an extra card, Heart of the Maiden, I believe it's called. It's pretty good.
Heart of the Maiden, yeah.
You can either, it's a choose when you search. So you search your top 5 first, and then you get to choose. So You
That's
either get,
top 7, right?
Is it top
I
7?
think it's top 7.
We don't play it.
They don't play it.
But it's a decent if you want to cut this down, so that way you at least get to search your 1-drops. But they're very important. There was actually a lot of times that I actually liked this better because it.
What does this unison do?
So this unison is a little different. So you don't actually search with the +1. Its auto is that you give your leader blocker, and then if your leader activates blocker at the end of the turn, you can grab a 1-drop from the drop. I messed that up twice previously. It almost cost me the game because I thought I got them from the deck, but they're from the drop.
From the drop, okay.
Its -2 is pretty relevant. I didn't get to do it that week. Until the end of your opponent's next turn, they can only attack with battle cards, energy cards 4 or less. So
Yeah, not really
comes
good
up,
against prismatic, but I guess it's
yeah.
good against.
But green in general, especially this deck, is amazing against that deck. When you Spirit Boost, if I didn't say it, you actually kill a 2-drop. So
Yeah.
that deck is nothing but 2-drops. So that's the unisons, the secret rare. Frieza. Again, it's not SPO. I don't like the SPO version. This is a cool scene. He's standing on the rock. If anybody watched the show, it's pretty good. Yeah, everyone knows what this does. Kill 7 or less. Auto timing. This was Green's Floodgate. If anybody played Green, all right, everyone knows.
Dormant was the Floodgate.
I just complain about everything. But listen to me. When you play Green, you know that you're playing Green for big bodies after turn 3 and for the unisons. Green has the best unisons, okay? And this was your Floodgate. You play your unison on turn 2. If your opponent got greedy and tried to test the waters, you just prismatic it, and then their whole turn is done. All right?
Good old days, right?
We'll get to the extra cards.
Let's go to the skill list.
Don't even want me to get to the extra cards. It's gonna be, so this is just a cool card. If you don't draw your unison, which let's hope you draw your unison, you're running 7 of them. This is just a turn 1 play. It lets you draw a card, and then it becomes a skill list. So essentially, this is a draw 3 because you play it on turn 1. You draw a card. They swing at your leader. You would combo it. It's a skillless card. It doesn't have to originally be a skillless card. You draw off your leader, and then you take a life if you're feeling greedy, and then you draw Z energy. So a lot of times on turn 2, you want to play a Z extra just to get that extra 10k. It's very important later in the game. We run, what do we run? 7 1-drops. I really want to bump this up, but I cut 1 to run 3 2-drops.
What's your list at? 50?
50 exactly.
50 hard.
Never play anything more than 50 if you can. It's getting very hard because there's so many good cards. Green has so many good cards, but you can't fit them. So that's why everyone just plays Gohan. I was supposed to be the one that plays Gohan, but when you come to your locals and everyone is playing Gohan, the last thing you want to do is play the same deck everyone else is playing. So I missed the Gohan hype.
To be fair, yeah, you are a resident green player.
Right.
So.
Green is the best color.
Yeah.
All right, and I've been saying it forever.
So interesting choice of skill list. Tell us why you play.
You have to play them.
Why is that?
These specific, they're just
Yeah.
they just go with the deck. You could play any 1-drop. There's nothing special.
But
about
why
them.
aren't they like Saiyans or the Gohan or something like that?
There's really no reason to.
Okay.
As far as I understand, unless I'm missing something. I just like these ones. They're shiny. I used to play 2 Gohans, but then what happens is with this card, so we'll just skip
King
ahead.
Piccolo, yeah.
King Piccolo. It's Green's version of Gohan, the double striker blocker. This almost cost me a game also because it's got unique, and I didn't, for some reason, Dragon Ball players, we don't read our cards. We look at it one time, and then we just assume we know what it does years later. But just to go back to it, so you have to play a lot of skilllesses. The deck needs to be consistent. That's really what it's coming down to, especially with the mulligan rule.
Okay, pretty cool.
If you don't have your vanillas, your deck doesn't do anything. You need to draw cards. You need to be able to play them. you have a big hand, but your leader is only 5K. And that used to be really cool, having a big hand and being a 5K leader, but now everybody has a big hand, and everybody is swinging for 20, 25. Like I said before, green does very good against low to the ground aggro. It always has. Later on, you can start dropping your big bombs, like you've always done, and then you just clear the board. But being 5K less on every turn, it all adds up. You could have 7 cards in your hand if you have to drop 2 every time just to get out of an attack or to be aggressive. If they take out your unison and you don't get that bump, it hurts.
Let's talk about the mid game. So the Raditz, the Great Sandman.
So you got your mid game package. You got the Raditz. We used to play the Kaioken Goku, the 5-drop. I believe it was a 5-drop.
Yeah, it was a 5-drop.
It was an amazing card when it came out, but then Gohan came out, and the minute you sit across a green deck now, you don't even need to know what it does. You just side in your cantrip, discard a card, play a card, or your Deborahs. So literally I would play that card every time, and that would be a discard too, right? Because you're going to swing 15K, they're going to negate it, plus they dropped the card originally, so you went plus in hand advantage. But now everyone's just waiting for you to make them discard. They're just waiting for it, and it's just not worth it no more. You're going to see why we play this guy. I know the guy behind the camera does not understand why I am not playing the 8-drop. When we played in the Champion, he was playing Yellow Bardock, and he kept playing Vegeta, what was it, a Fury on me.
Unison of Fury.
And we went late game, and I was just able to drop
6
this on
or
turn
something,
6. I was pretty much almost about to deck out. Yellow is still a very good color, even without counter. But yeah, so you play the Raditz. Raditz is very good. It comes out cheaper, and it's a 20K. It does the same thing, so if they don't negate it, they're going to lose 2 cards just to combo out of it, plus a card from their life.
And it sends it to the warp.
And it goes to the warp, so they don't get the ability. So you always play Raditz over the Kaioken. You never play Kaioken no more. The best card in the deck, Videl.
It's only a 3 of, and it's the best card in the
Only
deck?
3 of. If you play it at 4 of, it gets too clunky. You're not playing it till turn 3. You cycle, realistically, 2 to 3 cards a turn. So you should see it. What it does is it allows you to play a 2-drop from the Decker drop. There was a time with this deck that I was actually playing Frieza's Army Healing Pod, because when you combo the guy and play it, they go to the drop first and then get played. So you could draw a lot of cards in this deck. Not that you don't already, but it's just something cool in case you guys didn't know. So you get 2 attacks off with him. A lot of the times you want to play him, and then you should have 3 energy up still because you're going to awaken that turn. She's an untap 1, draw 1. And then you want to drop this guy, pop her, pop the skillless, swing again. It's all about just low to the ground, just making your opponent
play skillless for free, right?
Yeah, just making your opponent just waste cards from the hand. You're going to outvalue them. The 6-drop. No, we got to get to the 6-drop first.
Let's get to the 6-drop.
I hate the 8-drop. I hate the 8-drop.
Why do you hate the 8-drop? It's 35.
The 8-drop, I think, is a trap for green players. It reads so good, and it's amazing. The problem is, like I said, green is very energy hungry. Every energy counts. I know you say that counts for every deck, but green especially. Green does not have good defense at all. There was a time when Dormant was a good card.
Still a good card?
It is not a good card anymore. Everyone should know how to play around Dormant now. You just swing with your big guy first. Especially, they're going to clear the Unison. There's so many effects now that clear Unisons. It's not even green no more. It's going to die. So you need to be able to establish bodies on the field, and they have to stick. This also allows you to put your skillesses back in your deck. So if you go second, you could drop this on turn 3, put this back in the deck, use your Unison to fish it out again, so you go plus in hand, or you go even in hand. So you're not losing any card advantage, and then you could use this to swing with leader, just cycle it all over again.
Okay.
The thing with this is, they can't Mutaido this. So they try to Mutaido this comes down, my auto's gonna kill the Mutaido first, so they can't put it in the drop area. Every time I play against yellow, our locals has some of the best players. They know how to play around everything. You're not going to get away with anything. they're ready for it. They just, like I said, they have the hand destruction hate. They know you're going to play the 8-drop. You're a green deck that doesn't play the 8-drop. They look at you crazy, just like he's still looking at me crazy. But this comes down, it does exactly what you want it to do. It's going to pop what you need to pop, and it's a 30K double striker with barrier.
And it's not limit 1.
It's not limit 1. So you draw this down, and you do exactly what you're going to do. They're going to negate the 8-drop. It's going to happen. Very rarely is the attack ever going to go through. So all you've done is just do exactly what this did, and they drop the card from their hand, which they probably just have the Deborah or the cantrip, because you're not going to make them discard till turn 3. You draw 4 cards. It's Draggable Masters. You know what it does. So they have to answer this card now. So if they go to their turn 4, which a lot of decks now have barrier removal on turn 4, they either have to kill the card, swing at it, which if they swing at it, you've won, because the cards they're going to waste going over 30K at that point, it's just not going to work. And they forget that you're awakened now. So if they swing at a 30K for 35, you just combo this, cycle a card, you go up to 39. All right? And if you're smart and you're able to dormant first, then you get out of the attack, and now they just have to get through 1 attack.
Let's talk about the super combo choices. Interesting combo choices. No Paragus. Instead, you have the
no
same.
Paragus. You have Gohans.
I guess it's on theme, right?
It's not even about theme. If you play the deck properly and you go past turn 4, there's a high chance that you will deck out with this deck. That 1 extra card that is in your deck means a lot. Plus, a lot of the times I found myself, because you make decisions and you don't realize 3 turns later sometimes what's going to happen. So you could put this in your Z energy, and then you go to play Videl, and then it's in your Z energy, which is why we had to bump this up to 3, because we weren't seeing it. It seems silly, but it really matters. So we put it at 3. We're going down to 4 on turn 3. And plus, you have a lot of synergy. If this guy sticks, you can then bottom deck a skillless and then grab it back. So you're going plus. Yeah. You're not losing anything.
And what about the Chila?
Sneaky. Yeah. Nobody wants to respect it. Nobody thinks you're playing it.
Well, it rests Unison and Leader, right?
Unison and Leader. So everybody wants to get greedy nowadays. So if you dormant their first attack, and a lot of decks are starting to play Unisons again, and they're going to become more relevant. In case you guys didn't know, if you didn't follow the channel, we have the champion here, Billy with Kula Mill. That 3-drop baby is just ridiculous. So if he swings with his Leader, that's pretty much what he's aggressing you with. You swing with Leader, you tap that down. More than likely, he's not going to be awakened at that point.
It's a great one of. People won't see it.
It's good. Like I said,
resting their Leader is important.
Realistically, you should see whatever you need to see. If you don't, you really can't blame the deck. It draws enough to get everything. You're cycling enough. Everything's synergetic. You're putting cards back in the deck and then fish them back out, so everything's working.
Now, green is energy hungry. How often do you resolve Cells Kamehameha? You run 3 copies of it.
In the gameplay, if you watch the gameplay on the channel, this was not Cells Kamehameha. It was Goku's Reflection, the one that pops
Kamehameha
the
Deflection, yeah.
Which is a really good card. This card needs to be banned. No, seriously, because anything that just randomly rips cards from their hand it's not good for the game. It's not. And it's just ridiculous. You play this on somebody, they give you the stink eye, they hate your guts. And you don't want to sit across from your opponent and make them mad. You're supposed to
Some people live for that.
Yes, I know, you. And yes, play straight discard decks. This is not a discard deck, by the way. This is just a green deck that just happens to have Cooler in it. But yeah, this was...
just happens to discard.
No. We don't even want to get started with your discard decks. So this is very good. Your Leader is very weak, so you might make the debate that it's better to negate and pop a card since you really can't be comboing out of cards. But this is just so good. I've ripped...
Secrets. You ripped my secret.
Secrets. It's so good. So you become a 25K Leader. which is very relevant because, like I said, you play this, you rip a card, and then you're going to combo a card anyway and just replace it. So you really haven't lost anything.
Especially after you dormant, yeah.
You're getting the Z energy back, which is relevant because you're going to start dropping Broly's when we get to the Z deck. So yeah, in the comments, you can roast me about the A drop. I'm telling you though, play this. I'm telling you, if they don't kill this card on the next turn and it survives, you're in such a good spot at that point. The 8-drop gets removed by everything. A 1-drop card that literally just says bottom deck something, it's gone. It has no protection. It's never going to stay on the field. It never does. If it does, it won't.
Let's talk about the last 3 cards you got over there.
Cooler.
No, we talked about Cooler. Those 3 cards. Secret ID, your...
Did we talk about Cooler?
I think so.
No, we didn't talk about Cooler.
Right,
well, I'll do a
yeah.
quick rundown.
Yeah. Well, we know what it does, but yeah, go ahead.
Cooler is amazing. You drop it on your turn 3. It's very relevant. If you go first, we really haven't done a lot of energy marker games yet. So the whole free energy yet. So it's amazing. So you're gonna drop this down. You're gonna pop the card, and like I said, if they don't answer it on their turn, then you get to just play it again, and then you just play Broly's, and you're just swinging for double strike,
And discard.
We talked about the Piccolo.
We did, yeah.
We did. Okay, Piccolo's very good.
Good
2
call.
homicidals. I just want to say one thing about homicidal. Dormant is dormant. I hate dormant. It is so bad now.
It's running 4 of it.
You have to run 4 of it. You don't. Green has no answers. The best negate Green has right now is the King Cold negate. Battle card negates are where you want to be at. But you have to be playing a card that plays a field card at the start of the game. Gobros is terrible.
Gohan.
Gohan. That's where it really got popular, was with Gohan. With the Cooler. I'm not a huge fan of the Cooler.
King Cold did it first.
King Cold is the OG green deck. A very affordable OG green deck, by the way. It was very fun to play.
I love King Cold.
But you have to run dormant. You're realistically just trying to get through the turns, just so you could start pressuring on your turn. Anybody who's played against a green deck, you just swing with your big guy first. They're gonna dormant, and then at that point, they're just taking the damage anyway. Most guys aren't swinging with anything more than 2 attacks up until turn 4 anyway, unless there's some really low to the ground aggro, and which I said dormant will answer that. You got the King Piccolos that are great. If that 3-drop Unison Gohan ever comes back, that gives a triple attack. You play this, you rip a marker off, so you clear that, you kill a guy. It's very good. But I want to bump this up to 3. It's actually very good. I really don't know what the cut. I'm using this right now as the flex spot. So when we get to the side deck,
I think that card is too good, man. You draw 1 on play.
It's really...
Yeah. Turn 1, you got something, just play it, draw 1.
You really don't need to play it, though.
Cut the charismatic.
If you watch the game, charismatic is the best. Like I said, I don't know why they did it. I don't want to say it's because of the yellow Goku deck that just came out. If you had this against the 6-drop, which just seems fair at that point, they have so much barrier.
You should put God Stealing to 1 too,
then. God Stealing is God Stealing. I don't even want to talk about God Stealing. It seems that whenever there's a good deck, so first God Stealing got hit when Blue was really good, and then Yamcha got hit when Gogeta and Sin were really good, and then I don't want to say who, but he's our champion. He's the world's champion. He played Go Bros and said, "I'm gonna play Demigra on turn 1," and just ruined green for everybody. Honestly, that's really what happened, because that was just like the dumbest thing. No, because nobody said anything until that. Like Demigra turn 1 and Prismatic turn 1, and it took someone just that was really good to say, okay, a 1-drop Unison and having a Prismatic villain from turn 1 onwards is amazing, right? So he let the secret out, and now we get to play it at 1, but it was worth it. It is a very oppressive card if you draw too many of them. But I keep getting off track. I want to boost this up to 3. This card is very good on your awaken turn. You go in second into third. Your turn 2 go into third, because normally you should be at 5 life. You play this, you go down to 4. On your turn, it is now a skillless. So
oh yeah, you're right.
You swing with your leader on the front side. You combo it. You get to draw, awaken, and then you play this. Draw another card. You know, you get a lot of cycle, and now you can play it. Boom. So it's very good.
Forgot. Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know what to cut. It'll probably be. It might actually be one of these.
It's unique.
It is unique, but it's such a good card. I really like this card, and it's a good looking card. We play this guy to get rid of token negates. Best secret rare in green. We used to be on sell. Sell just ain't cutting it no more. Another stupid thing everyone knows about me, I hate secret rares in this game. You win games you should not win, and you lose games that you should not lose. Bandai, I don't know why you keep printing secret rares that board wipe and give you life and are dual attackers and have removal protection. It makes no sense to me. Yeah.
A triple strike.
Triple strike of activate battle that restands your leader. So what you could do is you could swing with your leader, do the ability, and Z charge it instead. So you still get the restand ability, but you don't get the floodgate effect. But if you watch the game profile, I did drop this, but it was just for the combo power. It wasn't for the ability. This was the game ender here. You have a sneaky double striker in your deck that everyone forgets that you can play because you are a heroine leader, I believe, right?
Yes.
So you swing double strike. You're being a very aggressive. There should be no reason. You have a Champa in your deck.
Costs an energy, right? It's not free.
It costs 1 energy.
Costs 1 energy.
Like
Okay.
Well, what's good about it is that it's a 5K, so it's always free. It's never a dead card in your hand. And that's really it, guys.
Yeah, Z deck, side deck,
Z-deck,
anything else we have?
Quick Z deck. I think I'm missing 1 card. I play nothing but green mostly, so switching out cards, it's a pain in the butt.
Well, now you got to bump up to 10 Z cards too. Yeah.
So now we get to play 4 of these guys, which is the best green card. In this deck, it's very synergetic. You should have cards on the field. It shouldn't be a problem to do his ability. Like I said, with the cooler, you're going to drop cooler on your turn 3. They're going to swing at it because they have to clear it. A lot of decks can't get rid of barrier removal on their turn 3.
Yeah, it's too early.
They swing at it. You combo a skillless. You go up to 29. If everything works out, which it should, you're going to dormant first and then combo out of it. And now they have to make up their mind if they're going to kill it or if they're just going to try to attack your leader.
That was me.
They're not going to kill it. You're going to be at 4 because once they try to attack it, you're going to combo the skills. You're going to take the life. You really don't want to awaken though, but it happens. But your super combos will then be live. Which again, if your leader is awakened and you still have this on the field, when you bottom deck the 1-drop, it all comes back to you. Frieza used to be the original Broly. We really don't play Frieza anymore. 2 energy, again, you could be playing this, or you can go a little low to the ground. What I have been playing a lot is Jiren.
Really? Okay. Why do you like Jiren?
Jiren used to be terrible. Absolutely terrible. I never played this guy.
It was a very
I remember
niche
when he
card.
first came out, everyone was like, wow, Jiren's very good. You actually have the Z energy in this deck. Green normally doesn't have a lot of Z energy. Again, Gohan has it because the whole deck is made around to just do everything silly.
But we don't play Gohan.
We don't play Gohan because, we don't play
play
Gohan.
meta. You know that.
No, we don't play meta. You don't get points for playing meta. I'm sorry to everyone out there who plays meta. But yeah, so you play Jiren. You usually have about 5 Z energy that you really don't know what to do with. He becomes a double striker, so you could press hard. He works with the 5-drop. Everything works with the 5-drop, with the cooler, because everything's a 2-drop. So you can remove a unison real easily with this. Swing double strike, restand, swing double strike. Double strike. We're doing double strike things. You have a lot of combo power here. There really are no 10Ks. I don't think there are any 10Ks. But like I said, you are going to draw into your unisons. So
Pitch him with dormant.
that is a dormant. But this is why we went back to playing South, because this is offensive too. So you normally will have about 2 energy up when you go for your kill turn. So to drop one of these on your game, if you swing with your leader, and they don't negate it because they think you're low and you're not going to do nothing, which they always do. If you want to be a loser, you drop the secret rare. But if you want to have spice, you drop the double striker, so you get the points for winning. And that's really it, guys.
And the Z extra, of course.
And the Z extra.
Yeah.
Like I said, you could bump everything up. I really don't see a world where you will be playing anything more than this. I think that whole boosting it up to 10 is just...
Those Z unisons?
If you want to talk about next set,
Right.
Z unisons, that Bardock, it looks really good. Anybody who's interested in playing green next set...
You think this deck has great synergy with that Bardock?
No, not this deck.
Not
well,
this
look,
deck.
it could actually, because then you could cut downs on this, but
Yeah.
you want to play this guy. You want to play the one drops. You want to
Yeah,
get him
of
out
course.
turn one.
You gotta look for your skill list.
They fish him out, but that deck's pretty cool because you could play the 2-drop, and then you can give these guys barrier and draw a card, but you're an aggressive deck. That's not the deck.
No, you gotta try it out. We gotta see that
Alright.
one day.
If you want to go into a quick side,
I just spread it out.
Alright,
We'll
it's
take a
not
look at the
fully
side
maxed
deck.
out. Obviously, play the
Unison.
Gohans.
Yeah.
Gohan's very good. Like I said, it's very good that you actually have a flex spot in your deck that you know at any point you can remove 2 cards. It's obviously your choice, but I would always remove these cards. If I was playing against something very slow like Gogeta, I would probably remove a Dormant and one of these because they don't do nothing against them. At that point, they're just negates. Speaking about Gogeta, Dimension Magic Hate, you gotta run it.
Yeah.
For Gogeta, the 5-drop.
What does this 5-drop do?
5-drop gets rid of their secret rare, which again, Bandai, I don't understand these secret rares.
No, just run Hunt of the Demon God.
Hunt of the Demon God. Yeah, it's a cool card. I shouldn't have to. Like, it should just be like, okay, this card comes to the field, does something amazing, and I can get rid of it. You can't get rid of it.
Okay.
You have to jump through hoops or play stupid cards, and now with the Mulligan rule, playing one-ofs are just useless. Because if I draw this on my turn 1, and 2 Radixes, and this, and blah, blah, blah. Now I have to make up my mind if I'm going to keep the out or go for my
Curve.
curve,
Yeah.
which is just, it's not going to work. It was a very bad mistake. It's not going to kill, it's nothing bad to the game. It's just going to piss everybody off. We played this to make fun of our opponents.
Why do we play that card?
To make fun of our opponents. A lot of times, actually, if you're ahead and you play this, you know,
who at our locals has given you the win after you played that?
I have yet to play it.
Okay.
Because I haven't drawn it. Like I said, it's only a one-of. But if you drop this, I wanted to drop it on stream. I did side it in. I didn't get to do it. It wasn't trying to be.
There's
like,
no way JT would have given you the win.
You know, but they're not going to give you the win. But it's just funny, right?
Yeah.
And that's what card games are. You're supposed to have fun. If I'm an idiot and I want to spend 1 energy to do this, you know, that's the point. Like I said, hand destruction hate. We don't play Deborah. You just play these. Like I said, they're not going to make you do anything till turn 3. You will find them.
Just 2. What else do we have?
This was for Android 21.
Yes.
Please, God, with the new Z marker thing, don't let that deck ramp on turn 3 now with the 4-drop.
Well, they banned the 2-drop, so...
Who cares about the 2-drop? We have such good Android 21 players here, and they do not care. They said, yeah, it doesn't do anything. And so if they're telling me that deck's still a deck, then we're still playing it. And, of course, another card that we should not have to play. I have no
Turning
idea
the
why Turning the
Tide.
Tide is still a card.
Still a card, yeah.
I feel like Bandai wants the game to be fast. Like, they want your games to end fast. It just seems to be what they're trying to do, but they keep putting stupid cards in the deck. They keep printing more negates, more floodgates. Mill needs some type of silver bullet. I don't care what it is.
I think, no, they exist.
What's the Mill silver bullet?
I'll talk to you after the game,
Alright,
because I got to search it. I don't know the exact
In
name.
my
but they
opinion,
exist.
it should just be a black Deborah that says when cards from the top of your deck are placed in your drop area from your opponent, it could just be battle card skills. It doesn't have to be leader skills. It could just be battle card skills. Play this guy for 1 energy, just like the board this card is, and you can put 2 cards back to the bottom of your deck. If you're going to keep making these decks relevant, you have to give us the silver bullets to deal with them, because these decks just wait for cards to come out every set, and they just add them to their decks.
Okay.
That's really it, guys.
This has been Videl, and this has been Hot Takes, brought to you by
Yes.
the man himself, Paulie.
Green
Thank you
is
so
still
much.
alive. Play green.
Yes, Green
Don't
is
play
still
Gohan. Don't be a scrub. All right. Play something with some class.
All right. Thank you guys so much. Any questions, any comments, guys, leave them below, and stay tuned for the next video.
6 drop. Play the 6 drop. Don't play the 8 drop.
All right. Thanks. Goodbye.